So this is the story how I lost $200,000 in the market.
Damn!
Or could have potentially made $200,000, but due to errors on my own, I missed out completely on this opportunity. I was planning on making this video for quite some time, but I just never got around to getting to it. But I figured today would be the best day. So let's get right into it. So usually when I go to find a stock, I usually go through the highest traded volume. So I go through the highest traded volume, and then I select maybe 10 or 20 out of those highest volume stocks, and then I go to the highest time frame, that being the weekly time frame or the monthly time frame, so that way I can see the overall direction and picture of the stock that I was in. And I stumbled on DXLG, which was a penny stock at the time, which it considerably still is since it's under $5. Let me zoom out so I can show you guys. So using technical analysis, applying support and resistance lines, I figured that this would be the best stock ever. If you can see clearly, this goes all the way back down to 1989 when the stock first opened. I seen here at this level it's about the $1.23 area. Once we zoom in, you can see a little bit more closer on where we tend to bounce from. But it's always in these lower levels that we get this huge rip after we bounce on these lower levels. So you can see in 1989, we did one in 1998. We did one also in 2009 when the market crashed or the economy collapsed. You can see this huge drop all the way down back to our lower levels. And if we look left, like Beyonce says, you can see this is a pattern. This is becoming a pattern, okay? So when I found this stock, you guys, it was right when COVID was hitting super hard.
What is coronavirus? Coronavirus! Shit is real!
And everything was going down. Everything was basically crashing, and so did DXLG. DXLG crashed all the way down. Let me zoom in to the same areas that we tend to bounce from. And I got in at literally the 22-cent area or the 20-cent area, okay? And I told myself that this is a pattern that I can see clearly. I'm applying technical analysis. This should work, okay? So I had $10,000 invested into DXLG at the time. I forgot how many shares it was. It was a ridiculous amount of shares. And then what had happened was, so emotions play a big part in when you trade stocks. You have to learn to control your emotions. As soon as you start letting your emotions take control of your trading, you will lose big time, you guys. You have to control your emotions. There are a lot of rules into the stock market. So doing this for almost 5 or 6 years, there's a lot of things that you're going to learn as you go, mostly trial and error. And this just happened to be one of the biggest errors that I made. So as you can see now, we are up at $4 and almost 67 cents. We almost hit $5 over here. That's the highest. And so if you do the math, that's roughly around $200,000 that I missed. But things happen, you guys. And I want to explain to you guys what the error or mistake that I made. So if we zoom in, let me go back down to the weekly so we can see a little bit better. Let me zoom out now. So this was around the time where I was trading it. I got in right here it was at the 22 or 25 cent area. I had a stop loss underneath I think it was under these candlesticks right here. It was at the 18 cent. So I told myself I was going to get out if it dropped below the 18 cent in fear of this stock getting delisted. But I told myself, look at the patterns, apply the technical analysis, and I told myself this should work, right? It's happened plenty of times all the way back until 1989 that this is consistently has done this year after year after year. And we did drop back below right here in this area where I got tagged out. I was out of the order. I told myself I should get back in, but I ultimately didn't, you guys. And it was literally almost, let me see the difference. It was 1 month. If I would have got back in, it would have been 1 month after I would have had $200,000 now. Okay, so you guys have to understand that there are opportunities like this all the time in the market. Yes, I'm upset, and yes, that is a lot of money that I did lose. However, there's plenty of other stocks that I can make that back from. Maybe not as easy as this chart. I mean, literally, there was never ever in my life have I ever seen such an easy chart to read. I mean, I have my 2-year-old daughter over here, and she could look at this and tell me where this is gonna bounce from. It was just almost too good to believe, and I self-doubted myself, and that was the problem that I made. So if I would have got back in today, you guys, I would have had $200,000. But that's okay. We live and learn, you guys, and we learn from our mistakes. This has happened to be a pretty bad one, and I'm sure I'll make more. You know, and that's the thing about being in the stock market. You don't ever want to risk your entire portfolio just in case if things do go sour. You are going to make mistakes, and you know, if you're a beginner trader, I would suggest maybe starting with paper trading using it's basically fake money but you're trading live currency or live stocks with, and see how your emotions get going. So a lot of times you won't until you start using your actual money that you'll feel those emotions. You'll feel your heart pounding. You'll start getting sweaty. It'll drop down just a little bit and you start freaking out. You want to pull out your order, and then ultimately it goes higher. Okay, so that's a thing you have to practice, and not let your emotions take control of the order or your where you're investing in at. So a lot of times, once you get into an order, you want to have everything already preset in mind. So if you're getting into a stock, you already need to know where your target's going to be at, where you're going to have your stop loss at, and where your entry is going to be at. And once you have all that set, you have to stick with it, okay? And if you get tagged out, then you get tagged out and you try again. So and that's the whole process of trading stocks, you guys. And unfortunately, like I said, we live and learn, and I just wanted to make this quick video to show you guys how something as simple as my emotions had cost me over $200,000, okay? But if you guys enjoy my videos, I break down stocks or hot trading stocks every Monday through Friday. And other than that, I hope you guys please like and subscribe if you enjoyed watching this. And other than that, you guys have a beautiful day and happy trading.